The question is, are you ready?
What do you guys want to talk about?
Let me talk to you.
Throwdown Nation, we are live with episode 77 of the Throwdown with Matt. It is a Wednesday night. We are live and streaming on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter/X, Facebook, and Twitch. And tonight we are throwing down with Atlanta-based pro wrestler J. Alpha Miller. How you doing tonight,
Mr.
sir?
Teflon J. Alpha Miller. What's going on, Matt? How you doing this evening?
Mr. Teflon.
I appreciate
Mr.
you.
Teflon. Absolutely. I appreciate you too, sir. And something I'll go ahead and say for anybody that's watching this live, if you have questions or comments, throw them in the chat and we'll either tackle them as we go or do a little Q&A at the end. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first and most obvious question, Mr. Teflon, and that is, how long have you been wrestling?
I've been working since about May of 2023 in front of a live crowd. You know, I've trained for quite a bit, but since being in front of a live crowd, in front of the civilians, since like May of 2023.
Got you. I know that you've got a background of having been in the Army. Tell us a little bit about that.
Honestly, my service is probably one of the things that made me who I am today. It gave me discipline, it gave me resiliency. I learned so many life lessons being in the military. I would never change it. Wouldn't go back and change a thing, man. It was a pleasure. But my president needs me to raise a national pride in a square circle. But yeah, it was a great time. Met great people, new friends, and yeah, it won't take it back for anything.
Absolutely. My dad and my father-in-law are both retired Air Force. They were both in Vietnam. My dad did electronic warfare and intelligence, and my father-in-law flew F-4s. So yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So why don't you follow in their footsteps? Why don't you join the service?
Well, you know, I actually I didn't serve in the military, but I spent a number of years as a firefighter paramedic. So I served my country and community in a different way.
I like that. So you're not really a civilian, but you kind of are right now. So it's okay that you've had a service. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah. Yep. I've and like you, that job taught me a lot about myself, about people, and the paramedic side of it gave me a great medical background for what I'm doing now. So, anyway, so who actually trained you?
So I started at Platinum Championship Wrestling. I started with Brian Blaze, Bill Butcher, and Narcissism, the Hoochie Daddy. They taught me the ropes, taught me the game, and they taught Teflon how to be one of the best wrestlers in Georgia today. But primarily right now, I'm really just been locking in with Narcissism. He's been showing me all his creativity. Like, he has his move list, like his bag is so deep. He just throws me moves every once in a while. So yeah, I started with PCW, man. great training school, really affordable. Anyone who's watching, pull up the PCW. That's where the best wrestlers is at in Georgia. We got the future there, man.
Absolutely. As you probably saw in the opening montage, I've actually been to a PCW show, and man, you guys bring the excitement. I've got to say, that was a lot of fun. I was at Turn the Page Part 2.
Oh, okay. So you seen when I got cheated, right? You saw when I didn't really get beat for my
Yeah,
championship. Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
saw that. Okay.
yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So, so tell me, where did the Teflon thing come from?
Excuse me, Matt. All right. It's not a thing. It's almost a way of life. You know what I'm saying? To make a long story short, because I can't really give you too much information, especially on a public platform like this.
Gotcha.
It really came from just after coming back home from the service and feeling like I wasn't loved by people around me. I felt like my country was doing me a disservice. I was wrong, obviously. I felt like I was a victim to the system. All it took was one trip to the Oval Office of Washington, D.C., and I realized America was Teflon, and that's where it came from.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I can't go too much
So,
into it without, you might have to shut this whole thing
yeah,
down, Matt. I don't know.
exactly. You could tell me, but then you'd have to kill me.
Oh yeah, that type of thing. That type of thing.
I got you. So, in terms of the early part of your wrestling training, what would you say was the most challenging aspect of it to wrap your mind and your body around?
I think for a lot of people, it's just about getting the steps, getting your foot placement correct. For me, it was more so like the timing of things, when to be there for certain moves and when to execute certain spots in the match, trying to figure out where my ring placement was, those things where our sport is very physical, but at the same time, it is very mental. It's a supremely mental game. So it's about just figuring out your ring placement when you're doing these moves and just trying to make sure you're there at the right time. That was my thing. It took me a while to kind of get the hang of. But like I said, I was in there with the Hoochie Daddy, so I caught on very quickly. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I was in PCW around like 2022 when I started training with them, and like I said, I
Hmm.
got my first match in May of 2023, so caught on pretty fast, man.
So Hoochie Daddy brought you up right.
Oh yeah.
So I'm presuming you've been a fan of this stuff probably the majority of your life. Would you say that's accurate?
I'm be honest with you right now, Matt. About to exercise my First Amendment right with this one. I tell this to a lot of people, they don't believe me, but I don't remember a time where I didn't know what wrestling was. Like, I think my first memories as a human was I like powdered Dunkin' Donuts and wrestling's coming on at 9 o'clock on Monday. You know what I mean? Like, there was
Hmm.
never a time where I didn't know what it was. My older brother watched it. My dad watched it. My dad was a huge Jimmy Snuka fan. My older brother was a huge like Attitude Era guy. So it was always in the family. I was born watching it, I guess you could say. Born a
Gotcha.
fan.
So, I mean, do you have like an earliest memory of something that you remember from when you were really little that really kind of struck you?
All right, this is gonna be a quick little funny story, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I was like maybe like 3 years old, maybe 2 or 3 years old. I was like, me and my older brother wrestling, trying to do the movie scene on TV, and we were reenacting Bad Blood '97 with Taker and HBK, and my older brother
Hmm.
was Shawn Michaels, and we're doing this match, trying to reenact the match, and I'm just like, he hit me with a move, and I'm like, wait. I remember like it was yesterday, being like 3 years old, 2 years old, looking at my older brother like, wait, you're cheating because Shawn Michaels doesn't wrestle like that. And we always talk about that, like how I was able to even understand that at such a young age. But yeah, that's probably like my earliest memories of wrestling.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Well, I've been, just to sort of give you a feel for my fandom. I've been a fan since I was around 11,
Mm.
and I just turned 55 back in September. So, my earliest memories were as a kid in Florida watching Florida Championship Wrestling with Gordon Soley
Oh
back in the
yeah,
early
yeah.
80s. And Dusty Rhodes and Kevin Sullivan was the first feud that I got to see. And when
Okay.
you're 11 years old, Kevin Sullivan is a scary dude.
Oh yeah, man. I look back
I
at his
mean,
clips all the time, man. Hey, Trailblazer. Started swag
mhm,
for a lot of wrestlers today and in the past, man.
for sure, for sure. Let's see here. Speed round. You may know this guy potentially by two different names,
Mhm.
depending on the phase of his career. Sami Zayn or El Generico.
Mm. I got to pick between the two, or I got to
No,
just
no,
give
no,
you
no, 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 no.
okay.
Just what do you think of when I say Sami Zayn / El Generico?
Just I can't give you one word. I say civilian lover. I just for a man as talented as Sami Zayn to have done the things he's done in this business, he still loves the civilians. I don't get it. Like I don't understand how many times they got to turn on him for them to
Yeah,
realize that they don't really matter. I didn't really need to join wrestling to realize that civilians don't matter. I didn't have to, go out on an injury and then come back and realize, no, no, no. I knew that from the get-go. So but that'd be what I'd say about Sami Zayn, El Generico. He's a civilian lover. I don't get it. I don't understand.
yeah. Well, what can you do? I mean, what can you
I can give you a few things,
well,
but
yeah,
like I
yeah. I
said,
mean,
yeah, I don't get it.
So, away from wrestling, what are some of your other hobbies and interests?
Right now I'm really into the gym. I feel like everyone should really be into the gym, but now right now I've just been locked in trying to be at the gym at least two times a day, just trying to lift as heavy as I can go. Like I've reached this point in my life now where like if I'm not close to death in the gym, I'm not doing it right. I'm not really like your average professional wrestler, like oh, I wrestle on Wednesdays and I go home and play Fortnite all. No, I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym when I'm not wrestling. And when I'm not in the gym, I'm wrestling. And when I'm not in the gym and wrestling, I'm somewhere trying to raise the national pride because civilians don't love their country today. So that's what I do.
This is true, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Love of country is something that has fallen by the wayside.
Matt, you've seen it. I'm glad. I'm
Hmm.
glad. I'm glad. I know I liked you. I knew I liked you.
I'm all right.
Oh
So,
boy.
so is Atlanta or Georgia actually your hometown, or did you come here from elsewhere?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in New Jersey. That's Paterson, New Jersey. Been all around the Northeast for the like first half of my life. I moved down to Georgia around like middle school, high school, and ever since then I've been stuck in this godforsaken state. I've been making it. I've been making do. I've been making do. But yeah, I came from Paterson, New Jersey, so I really don't see myself as a Georgia wrestler, if that makes sense. I see myself as a professional wrestler that's trying to help Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'll kind of
Yep.
tell my peers, like at the award show, if you didn't know, I told everybody I'm going to be the William T. Sherman of Georgia professional wrestling. I got to burn it down to build it back up to something better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Something
you're
where
so,
the
so you're
national
gonna you're
pride is at its height, at the height.
so
You know what I mean?
so you're gonna make Georgia Teflon again.
Oh, see, man, we're here. We're here with it. We're here. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that.
I just gave you an idea for merch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With the hat, we could get
Yep.
it blue and red. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just cut me in on the revenue since I gave you the idea.
See, Matt, now you're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. Okay. But thanks for the
Uh,
idea, though. You'll see it. It's coming.
oh
It's
yeah,
coming down the
no
line.
doubt, no doubt. Uh,
Hmm.
so they say that the best wrestling personas are kind of yourself turned up to 11. So kind of tell me about In-Ring Jay. Tell me about Mr. Teflon and compare and contrast him with everyday you, or is it a case of what you see is what you get?
Oh yeah, it's definitely what you see is what you get. I mean, the difference between when I'm in the ring, when I'm outside the ring, I can go to jail for putting my hands on somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
gonna put me in jail, but I'm gonna get out in a few hours. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make a few calls, but I can't just go around punch people in the face and hit people with Second Amendments. That's not good for
Right.
society and America. So that's really the only difference. I love my country. I want everyone to love their country, and if you don't, get the hell out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't lay
Mhm.
my hands on people when I'm outside the ring. Inside the ring, I love making civilians cry because their heroes are losing, getting jammed up. And yeah, it's a dream job, honestly. So it's really not much of a difference except,
You,
little
you
jail
know,
time.
sometimes it's a shame that we can't lay hands on people. I mean,
Matt,
there are
Matt,
people that just sometimes are crying out to have hands laid on them.
trying to tell you, trying to tell you. I can name a few
Mhm.
right now, right now.
Yep. Speed round.
Okay, okay.
Mustafa Ali.
Wait, who is that again? That's the Iron Man. Iron Man? He came out with the Iron Man thing? Or
He,
he had like he came in like dressed in like all black with a bunch of other people dressed in all black. That's who you talking about? Mustafa Ali?
yeah,
What can I
he,
say?
he was in that Retribution faction, but
Yeah. The
you know who I'm
jabroni,
talking about.
the jabroni
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
with
yeah,
Dijak. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Um, I don't know.
He's doing other stuff now.
Crybaby,
Yeah,
Crybaby.
kind
I
of.
don't know. Like when it comes to Mustafa Ali, great talent, great, amazing talent. I
Yeah,
just don't like how he makes a mockery of my country's politics. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And for someone who served as a cop in one of the most dangerous cities in America, Mustafa
yeah.
Ali has definitely forgotten where he's came from. And that's what kind of irritates me when it comes to him. But that's for another story. Sorry, that was almost forgot. Mustafa Ali. Huh.
Yeah. He's in TNA now, kind of
Oh
doing
yeah.
like almost a political gimmick. So
Yeah. Believe in Ali.
yeah,
That's crazy. That sounds crazy, man. Does it
yeah.
not sound crazy?
It sounds
Yeah.
crazy. It, but truth is stranger than fiction. Yep,
Always.
yep,
Always.
yep. So tell us, Jay, about your very first match. What was it like? How did it go? What were your thoughts going into it? Thoughts coming out of it? Lay it on us. Tell us about
Okay.
the very first one.
We're looking at May 2023, PCW. I
Mhm.
think the name of that show was called Live and in Color. If anyone's watching it, correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was called Live and in Color. I was standing across the ring from the curse breaker, Mr. 003 himself, Chad Skywalker. And, as my debut match, I was expecting to walk out to civilians cheering me on. You know what I'm saying? I really felt I was supposed to have home court advantage. Was not the case at all. So everyone was all in his corner. I didn't expect that. Should have expected it. I didn't. I really had his number for the majority of the match. He got lucky at the end and rolled me up. I got ahead of myself. I
Yep.
started, talking smack to the civilians, and he rolled me up. But it's okay because I got my rematch a year later to the date, and now we're 1-1. So Chad Skywalker, if you're ever looking for that last dub that you could take, you might get jammed up trying to get it. Just saying. Just saying. I like you. You're my homie though, Chad. I'm rock with you the long way. But when it comes to that square circle, you'll get jammed up every day of the week for the 50.
Absolutely. So now that we've heard about the first one, tell us about your favorite match that you've been a
Mm,
part of.
my favorite match. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
It's kind of hard to narrow it down, isn't it?
It is. It is. I would say, I mean, because I can't pick, but one that sticks out to me was my first trip to North Carolina. I went to Firestar Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I said, my debut, just having everyone in Chad's corner kind of took me off guard. But ever since then, I've just it's just like clockwork. I'm expecting civilians to boo me. That's all they can do. They just boo and they sit down. They won't even stand up. I don't know if their bellies allow them to. But nah, back in North Carolina, when I came out, just everyone booing me, and I'm just like, you guys are booing me because I love my country so much. And it was very apparent. The Booker, I'm not sure if he's the Booker, but he was someone who works closely with them. LeBron Cozone actually came up to me after the show and he was like, I didn't understand what you were saying, but after you got in the ring, you started talking. He was just amazed at why the fans were booing me the way they were booing me. And I was telling them, like, look, I don't know if you're new to this, but I'm not new to this. These civilians don't love their country, Matt. They don't love their
No, they
country.
don't.
And
They don't.
everyone was always surprised when Teflon comes out and they're like, why are they booing you? You love your country. Because they don't love their country, Matt. And that's
I
why I'm
know.
here. But as
I
far
know.
as favorite moments,
And it gets you right in the heart, right in the feels, man.
man, if only you knew. If only you knew, Matt. If only you knew.
Man,
Yeah, as far as favorite matches, that was one right there where it just stood out to me, like going in an environment that I wasn't comfortable with, wasn't used to, and it just boomed me out the building because I love my country. It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
know it, man. I know it. You know, speaking of Firestar, I've actually had some of their talent on the show previously. They are a good organization.
Oh yeah, man.
I've definitely had some good experience with the Firestar folks.
Oh
So
yeah, they got great
I'm just
American talent in North Carolina right there. I'll tell you that right now.
absolutely, you know, yeah, yeah, they're feeling it for sure. So, what is the longest you have traveled to get to a match?
I believe it was like somewhere between 12, 13 hours. Took a car ride from Georgia to New York. I
Woo.
had a show with one division pro in New York, Queens, New York. I wrestled Hyena Hex for the one division pro championship. Came up short, but that was probably the longest trip I ever had. We left Friday night right after a PCW show. We got to Queens the afternoon the next day, the evening the next day, and then I had my match and put on a put on a classic like always, and yeah, no sleep either, Matt. No sleep. I'm powered by the
No.
USA, damn it.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. You are just running on love of country.
I'm running on the stars and stripes, Matt.
Absolutely. Aren't we all? Or we all should be.
We should be. We should be.
Yep. So, and I know everybody has them, and I'm interested to hear what yours is. What is your biggest in-ring pet peeve?
Mm, in-ring pet peeve. Is this like something that my opponent's doing?
Yeah, but something your opponent's doing, so just something relating to the in-ring work
I
that just
think one
bugs you.
thing that pisses me off, excuse my English, my American English, I don't get why we have insurgents dressed in black and white stripes that are causing me to lose my matches. That's my pet
Hmm.
peeve, Matt. That's my pet peeve. We have a problem, not just only in Georgia, not only in America, but I think this is a professional wrestling problem. We have insurgents in black and white
Hmm.
stripes that when Teflon is in the ring, standing across from someone else, they have to cheat me. I don't know why. I think because they don't love their country or because I love my
Yep.
country too much. But for some reason, they want to lie. They say it's not three. They say it's two. They'll say it's one and a half. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just hit this man with a sleeper drop. It's 3 3/4. He should be down for. And you're gonna tell me 2.5.
Hmm.
Obviously, he's lying. Obviously, he's an insurgent. I used to tell someone the other day that Daryl Hall, he won Georgia's referee of the year for a sixth time. I'm thinking to myself, how can you be a sixth time insurgent and you still have a job? How does that make any sense?
Well, you know what you do with insurgents, though.
Oh, you know I know. You know
Yeah.
I know, but remember that jail
Yeah.
time, and then that's a
Yeah, I
lot
know.
of work for a lot of people to get Teflon out of jail. You
It
know what I'm
is.
saying?
It is. You know, you'd be having to call in favors and all kinds of stuff, man. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but but yeah, man, the average person in the black and white stripes, they hate America.
Oh yeah. You've seen it live. You've seen it
I
live,
have.
Matt.
I
And
have,
turn to
man.
page 2. Even though I didn't
Yeah.
get pinned. I didn't get pinned. I did not get pinned. I want that to be on the record. I did not get pinned at turn to page 2. Okay?
No, you did not.
You saw it. You saw
I
it.
did. I did. It was a travesty. It was a travesty and a tragedy.
You know what, Matt? I think I might put in a good word for you in the White House.
Please
I like
do.
the way you think. I like the way you think. I really do.
Yeah, you know, I'll be the chief cook and bottle washer.
Oh yeah. You might be onto something. You might beat me
Yeah.
to a punch. Hey, hey, okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah, we'll do this, man.
Yeah.
So I know that in terms of preparing for a match, there's two and a half main ways of doing it. You can either work it out with your opponent in the back, you can call it in the ring, or you can kind of do a hybrid of both. Do you have a preference?
When it comes down to the mechanics of the beautiful sport that is American professional wrestling, uh, for me, when I'm in the ring, I kind of go off the feel of the environment. You know what I'm saying? Because not every situation is going to be the same. You have to feel it out when it's given to you. You know what I'm saying? So, probably a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? I go in with a game plan, but you have to go in with the game plan in mind. You have to know like it might go off the rails, some might not go as planned. So, got to feel it out. You know what I'm saying? And kind of assess with the situation right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Speed round. John Moxley.
John Moxley. He's a lunatic, man.
Yeah.
He's a damn lunatic. He's a damn lunatic. He really has his company by the balls. Sorry, excuse my American English. I'm sorry,
No,
man. But he really has his company by the balls. He's carrying the championship in a briefcase. He has his
Yeah.
clique. They're deep. They're running really deep. Can't nobody really see them right now. And he's a lunatic, man. He's an American lunatic. And if
He
you ever
is.
wanted to recruit Teflon and Death Riders, I would accept with just one condition. If we could just change it from like olive and black and brown, I don't know what he got going on with that, to more red, white, and blue, we good.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, make the Death Riders Teflon again.
See, man, you might know something more than what you leaning on.
I
You
might.
might know something.
I might. Yeah.
We're gonna rap later
But
after this.
you know, the thing about Moxley though is if you look at him wrong, he bleeds. I mean,
When you've been in as much fights as that, man,
yeah,
the
I
tissue
know.
is just
I know, but it doesn't take much to get him to bleed.
All I can say is that we're just lucky that America has great healthcare. You know what I'm saying? So they can stitch them up after every match. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Yep.
good. We're good.
Absolutely. Oh man. So I think I know what your answer to this is going to be, but if you could only be one, would you rather be great in the ring or great on the mic?
You know, Matt. I mean, when it comes to the amazing sport of American professional wrestling, I can talk until I'm 60. I can't hit a moonsault when I'm 60. I can't hit a diving leg drop off the top rope when I'm 60, but I can
Well,
talk.
you could.
And,
Well,
I mean, it wouldn't be, it would not,
it wouldn't be good
at all. You might not be able to walk out the ring after, you know what I'm saying, Matt? But yeah, like I can exercise my First Amendment right until I'm 70, till I'm 80, 90, until, you know, so always, I think when you can get over from using your words rather than even taking a bump or even hitting a move, that automatically separates you from the pack, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, what has been your most unusual encounter with one of the civilians in the crowd?
Mm. Okay. When I was in New York, this is really unusual. This is really unusual. All right. Um, I just got done with the match. I'm chilling, getting a drink at the bar, whatnot. One it was a old woman came up to me like really starstruck, giving me a hug and like kissing on my cheek, telling her daughter to take a picture. I was like, hold up. Like, do you even love your country? Like this is new for me. Like civilians normally, stay away when they see me, or I just walk away. I
Mhm.
don't even want to talk to them. But she came up hugging me and stuff, and I'm just, I don't like y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? But she didn't care. And that threw me off. I haven't seen nothing like that before, and now to this day haven't yet. So that one was different. That one was really different.
Gotcha. Well, one of your PCW folks, Quay, is in the chat room on Instagram saying USA, USA, USA.
Hey man, we staying great forever, man. SGF,
Yep,
man. Tell him I
absolutely.
appreciate it. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
a, he's making his way. Him and his brother, SGF. They're gonna make their way
Yep.
in Georgia real soon. You're gonna hear that name real soon, man. So shout out to them. And
I've
yeah,
had
we
them
got
on. I've had them
you
on
actually
before.
did.
Those,
You
those are
did.
some good. Those are some good dudes.
Yeah,
So
man. I'm trying to tell him. I tell him every time I see him, me and the president, we got a close eye on y'all. Whenever y'all ready to make that trip to Washington, D.C., let me know. Let me know. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
man.
They're a little hesitant right now, but we gonna, what I'm saying? We got it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, in terms of your in-ring work and your promos, who would you say are some of your influences?
Wow, that's so I've been really recently, because he just recently got signed to WWE. So I've been looking at a lot of his Japanese work, Tama Tonga, back when he was in the Japanese. I
Hmm.
loved his work. He was real aggressive, and I like to take after that when I'm in the ring. After like a real aggressive, energy I bring to the ring from the moment I step through the curtain. I make sure I'm heard, and you're gonna know who I am by the time I get out the ring. So I'd say as far as in ring wise, some Japanese Tama Tonga. He's really good. I mean, as far as when I exercise my First Amendment right, I don't really look to anybody. I mean, who wasn't a fan of Hulk Hogan? Come on, who
Right.
wasn't a fan of The Rock? So everyone loves these guys who can preach to the people, to the civilians, and yeah, I mean, I love those guys, but I don't look after any of them. I'm just Teflon when it comes to the mic, man. When it comes to exercising my First Amendment right, can't nobody do it better than Teflon, past, present, future.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I've actually got a Tamatonga story for you. Uh,
Really,
and and
really.
and this is a bizarre, totally random thing. I was in a Kroger here in Metro Atlanta, and I was walking through the produce area, and there was a lady in a Bullet Club shirt. That this is
Uh,
during the time when Tamatonga was in Japan.
okay, I got you. I got
And,
you.
and so she was wearing a Bullet Club shirt, and it was a shirt that I hadn't seen before. And I commented on it to her, and all of a sudden, from around the corner walks Tamatonga. Um, and
That's
and
crazy.
I guess he heard, I guess that was his wife or significant other, or I don't
Mm,
know, but
mm.
so he comes walking around the corner, and he just kind of looks at me, and I look at him, and he reaches out with the thing, and I two sweeted him right there, and that was it. But in a Metro Atlanta Kroger, I ran into
Yeah,
Tamatonga. I mean,
yeah. That's dope. That's dope. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was just one
okay.
of those weird random things. But yeah, I've met Tamatonga. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah,
One day,
absolutely, man.
one day, one day,
Yeah.
one day, Teflon and Tama Tonga gonna shake hands, be a part of the same roster one day. One day.
Yeah, you know, one of these days, maybe you and Tamatonga will dance.
I don't know about that one. We ain't gonna dance. You know what I'm saying? Tama Tonga and his family are great people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They're great people. I don't want to dance with them. I'll help them out. They need a problem. If they need my
Yeah.
help with a problem, I'm gonna help. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
nah, anything else? They're great people. What?
Yeah.
They're great people. I want no problem. Yeah.
So, do you have an all-time favorite match as a fan? A match that you can have watched it a million times and it just never gets old, and there's always some new little nugget you can pull from it.
I got two. I got two.
Okay, let's lay them on me.
It depends on how I'm feeling, but I'm gonna give y'all two because like today I can't decide between two. It was Toronto WrestleMania 18. It wasn't even the main event. Matt, you know what I'm about to say. Icon versus Icon, Hollywood Hogan against The Rock. Can't be topped. I don't care. Argue with a single baby mama. I don't care. It can't be topped. On the other side, my other favorite match, like I said, can't be topped. It just depends on how I feel. I want to say it was NXT Takeover Philadelphia with Andrade Cien Almas against Johnny Gargano. And
Mm-hmm.
I got to see everybody cry in the crowd while their hero lost. That was amazing. It was great. It was really great.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
those two matches right there. That's the like a feeling that you get watching those matches is makes you think that this is the craziest, like most addictive thing in the world watching those matches, man.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And you know, when you see a match like that, man, it is magic.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
and matches like that are master classes. I mean, there is so much that you can pull from them, so much that you can glean from them, and just repeated viewings, you see
Yeah.
new nuances, new aspects that you didn't see the first 1,000 times you saw it. I mean, so it's beautiful.
Man, they stood across from each other for about like a minute and a half and did nothing, Matt. And
Yep.
Toronto was on drugs. For that amount of time, they didn't know what to do, who to cheer for. Yeah, it's magic in a bottle, man. Mm,
Absolutely. Speed round.
okay.
Gunther.
Ah, I wish he was American. Damn, I wish that man was an American. Oh boy. I say dangerous. That's a dangerous man right there. It's a dangerous man.
Hmm.
Yeah, we gotta do a lot of reconnaissance if we ever have a match against Gunther. Yeah, dangerous. I really wish he was American born. It's a shame. What can you do? But yeah, dangerous, man. Dangerous.
Absolutely. So who, and this can be present day or past,
Mhm.
who would be a dream opponent? Who would Mr. Teflon love to work?
Dream opponent. Okay. So I mean, recently I've been told I've been told this on Sunday, Matt. Apparently, going around Georgia, if you ask enough people, if you ask enough civilians, maybe they'll tell you the dream match is Bad News and Tattoos, Carly Bravo versus Mr. Teflon, J. Alpha Miller. That's the
Hmm.
dream match that the civilians will tell you. I didn't know that until the award show on Sunday. While I'm on that, Carly Bravo, if anyone's listening that can tell Carly Bravo this, play with some safe, okay? Play with the other winners. Don't pop up on Teflon because you will get jammed up. All right. I'm not like nothing you've seen before. I'm not on TV with you. I got nothing to lose. All right. So play with some safe, Carly. Another dream match. I would say Obafemi. I would say Obafemi on NXT.
I can
Obafemi
see that.
NXT. Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like to showcase to the civilians that you're dealing with a man whose strength doesn't come from his own being. You know what I'm saying? It comes from this right here. It comes from this. You see this right here, Matt?
I
That's
do.
what this is
I
where my
do.
strength comes from. You know what I'm saying? So if I could have a night where I could take the NXT title from Obafemi, he gets jammed up, and I could show NXT that America is Teflon, not because I got the ability, but because this flag gives me the ability. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the dream opponent right there. What they call him, the
Mm-hmm.
ruler? The ruler? Let's put it like this. The ruler is in America. He's in the 50, which means I got home court advantage. No matter what civilians in the crowd, no matter who I'm facing, my opponent gets jammed up in the name of national pride and for the 50. So Obafemi, if you're watching, anyone can relay this message to Obafemi. I hope you're paying attention to the Georgia wrestling scene, because if not, I might just pop up on NXT and take your belt.
I'd love to see it, man. Absolutely, man. And regarding Carly Bravo and regarding Obafemi, man, this guy that I've got on the show with me right now, you are built different, sir. You are made from a different material.
Hey man, you said it, man. We have to wrap after this. You have a different type of way of thinking that I kind of like, that Teflon life. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Like you said, you were a paramedic and as a firefighter, right?
Yeah, I
Oh
was.
yeah.
Yep,
That's not civilian mindset. I can hear in the way you talk and what you're saying.
absolutely,
Hmm.
man. You know, love of country, love of community, love of service.
Every time, every day, 24/7.
So you've been doing this long enough that I'm sure this probably applies. What
Mhm.
hurts right now?
That was a good one. That's a good question. Oh, you know what? I've recovered, but if you ask me like 2, 3 days ago, I'll tell you my hip. My hip has been on and off for the past few months, man. I've just, we've just been icing it, trying to keep it loose and make sure it doesn't get too tight and it hurts me in the match or something. But it's good. It's doing good now. But for the past few months, my hip has been going crazy. Been going really crazy. But we're good now. We're good. Mhm.
Got you. Well, what would you say is the most significant injury that you have suffered either wrestling or training?
Well, I've been knocked out cold. I didn't feel the pain, but looking back on it, I was like, that looks painful. Another time I was training, um, I threw a punch at somebody, tweaked my knee, and when I tweaked my knee, it was probably the most excruciating pain I've ever felt. So I had to go with the knee, because I was actually awake to feel it. When I was put out, I took it's like a Saito or like a Uranagi or something,
Yeah.
landed right on my noggin. I was out.
Mm,
I didn't feel
wow.
it though, but no, yeah. But I say the
Yeah,
knee. I
man.
go with the knee.
Got you. Got
Mhm,
you.
mhm.
So, what is your favorite move? What is something you just really love to do? And on the flip side of that, is there a move that you won't do or you would at least rather not do? And that can be giving or receiving.
Um, my favorite move. I love the backstabber. I
Hmm.
love the backstabber, you know what I'm saying? Just to really break down your opponent, you know what I'm saying? The spine is a really important bone in the body,
It
man.
is.
And
Um,
can't nobody can't nobody mess with someone's spine like Teflon. So it probably had to be the backstabber. That's a great way to, open up for more damage to be done to the spine. So that's my favorite move right now. Of course, the second amendment, my finisher. I don't hit it too often because when I hit it, it's done. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to hit it once,
yeah.
twice. So it's not really a favorite move. It's like if you're not going down, man, if you want to get jammed up that bad, take the second amendment. But as far as the move I don't want to take, I'm not a fan. Even growing up watching it. Um, and like I said before, Matt, this is something I might have to risk jail time for. If any of these damn American professional wrestlers try to give Teflon a stink face, it's
Yeah.
up. It's up, Matt. Matt, it's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's up, Matt.
Yeah. That's just ugly.
Like, do you see my face? I'm crashing out, Matt. I'm crashing
Yeah.
out. If
I
someone hits
see
me with a
it.
stink face, okay?
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, they drop a stink face on you, and it just got real. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yep.
Call the National
You,
Guard ASAP.
you know, one thing I'll say, just from a fan's perspective, a move that you don't see it a lot, but it is always just given me the shivers to watch is the vertebreaker. That move just looks like so many ways it could go catastrophically wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. The margin for error. Yeah, I
yeah,
understand that.
yeah, it's yeah. I always just get the shudders when I watch somebody setting up for a vertebreaker. I was like, just please don't die. That's
Yeah.
just not good.
Not for these civilians.
Mm-mm.
Ooh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, let's see here. So, is your take on the role that social media is playing as a tool, as a promotional tool in wrestling?
I think it's great. It's a great way to exercise your First Amendment right via social media. I think it's a great idea. I think it gets soiled and I think it gets misused when we have grown adult people coming on the internet and complain like civilians. That's the one part I don't like. But other than that, I think it's a great tool that can help, bring in the audience. And I mean, it's the internet, Matt. So you can find people. I've had people from India follow me. I don't know why.
Yep.
I don't know why. I'm not gonna follow you back. Not gonna follow back. But like people from India follow me. So that's the reach that the internet has that this industry wasn't privy to in the other generations prior. But that's probably my opinion on it. I think it could be used as a great tool. I just hate when we have American professional wrestlers get on the internet and talk like civilians. I hate it. There's too
Hmm.
much miles on the road, too much bumps, too many sacrifices to act like them. Then that's my
Yep.
that's my opinion on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speed round.
Okay. Okay.
Roderick Strong.
Inspiration. Inspiration.
Yep.
Um, when I like I said, when I first started watching NXT around like 2015, 2016, they were signing a lot of those Ring of Honor talents.
Oh
Roderick
yeah.
Strong really stood out to me because he was in a land of people just 450s and double moonsaults and all this, and he's like, I'm just gonna break you down. I'm just
Yep.
gonna break you down from start to finish, and that's the style that just stuck with me, and I really enjoy watching Roger Stone wrestle. So inspiration.
I agree. I like him, and I like Kyle O'Reilly a lot
Oh
too,
yeah.
for the same reason. The same kind of style, just very nothing flashy, but
Yeah.
just good fundamentals and just smash mouth wrestling.
Hey,
So,
we're here to whoop ass. That's it. You can
hmm
you can risk your neck for the civilians all you want, brother.
yep, absolutely. So, you're not a terribly old guy by any means, but knowing everything you know at this point in your life, if you
Mhm.
could give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Ah, leave those civilian hoes alone and get in the gym now. It's probably my only regret. I wouldn't change much. You know what I'm saying? You obviously see Teflon is a good looking dude. You know what I'm saying? Civilian hoes all in my face, trying to get my attention. And I gave it to him, regretful. So I gave it to him. But if I could change something, just tunnel vision and just be in the
Don't
gym, man. I'd
don't
be like
waste
230 right
don't
now.
waste the time. Focus, focus, focus.
Yeah. I'd be like 250 right now, Matt. Be like 250 right now. So I got to the gym a little later in life. I didn't get to the gym when I was younger, but that's something I tell my younger self, like, leave the women alone. They're gonna get there, they're gonna come. Just go in this gym and go hard, man. Like there's no tomorrow. And yeah, that's probably one thing I'd change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, do you have any pre-show traditions? Any things that you try to do consistently before you walk through the curtain?
I say a prayer. I'll say a prayer most nights, most shows. I'll say a prayer before I go out. Always got to give it up to Lord and Savior Jesus Christ before I go out.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, there are some times where Teflon is always confident. He's always
Yeah.
confident, but there are some times where I might feel a little bit uncertain of what's going to happen when I come out from that curtain, and I just got to lean on Jesus sometimes. So
Yep.
that's a pre-match ritual that I say I do most times is just praying.
Absolutely, man. And if we all leaned on Jesus a little more than we do, the
Talk to
world
him,
would be a
Matt.
better place. World would
Talk
be a
to him,
better
Matt.
place.
Man,
Absolutely, man. Love of country, love of Savior.
trying to tell you. Trying to tell you. Mm, 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 mm.
So, one thing that we have done with all of these actually is we have done a thing where we let the current guest pose a question for the next guest.
Okay.
And a previous guest, another Atlanta-based guy, the Daredevil Dante Darko,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
he posed this question, and that is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? In
I
terms of your wrestling career.
I mean that's easy. I plan on raising the national pride on a global level. And what I mean by that is, Matt, the only place that destiny awaits is to raise the national pride via Netflix. I don't.
Yeah,
Why else would you want to be a wrestler and not want to get your shit off on Netflix? Sorry, excuse my American English. But
go
yeah,
for it.
I got to raise the national pride via Netflix. How else am I do it? How else am I do it?
Exactly.
USA Network is cool. I mean, USA Network is all right. You know what I'm saying? CW is cool. TNT, if more civilians tune in to see it, that's a great place to raise a national pride. But you got to do it on Netflix. The whole world has Netflix. And if I can get the
Hmm.
whole world to respect this flag right here, Matt, I'm already a legend. I'm already a legend.
Absolutely. The world would be a better place. Absolutely.
One can dream.
So since this is part of a series, do you have a question that you would like to pose to the next guest? And I can, I'll go ahead and tell you the next guest is going to be this Friday night at 7. I've
Mhm.
actually got a death match wrestler by the name of Hardcore.
Okay.
So, um, so I mean, the question doesn't have to be specific to him, but is there
Yeah.
a question that you would like to pose?
The question I like to pose to Hardcore from Teflon. Hmm, it's a what I wanna. Hmm, hmm, hmm. This is more difficult than any question you asked me for this whole
Well,
time.
if you can't come up with something, you've got a couple of days. You can always DM me. So,
And we're gonna wrap after this. So yeah, I
yeah,
got you. I got you.
absolutely.
Roger that. Roger that.
So, we're getting toward the end of things now. So, do you have any upcoming shows or anything at all that you'd like to give some hype to?
Um, Matt, to answer your question, I have a lot coming in the future. How much of it I can speak on, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of close in on information right now, but a lot of big things coming. You can expect to see me a lot more around Georgia, a lot more new promotions around Georgia. We're taking this national pride all around this state, man. I'm trying to be the William T.
I love it.
Sherman of Georgia professional wrestling. So in short, you're gonna see me in new places. You're gonna see me against new faces on new stages, and your favorite wrestler might get jammed up when you least expect it. So yeah, that's what's going on
Love it.
this year right now.
Love it, man. So before we wrap this up, real quick, I'm going to put up the the match card for the Royal Rumble this weekend. I want to get your predictions. I want to get Teflon's thoughts here. You
Okay.
good with that?
Yo, yeah. Let me hit my camera real quick, real quick. I'm still talking to you.
Yeah.
All right.
So first thing we've got here is it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns for the Tag Team Championships. Who you got?
Oh, DIY, easy.
Yeah.
DIY, easy. Hey, put about 500 on Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. You're leaving with
Mm-hmm.
1,000.
I agree. I will agree with you there. And then we've got this ladder match for
Oh
the
boy.
Undisputed Championship between Cody and Kevin Owens, man.
See, this one's close for me. I don't know with this one, but
Yeah.
my heart is telling me I gotta go Cody, man. I can't root for the Canadian, man. As much as Cody Rhodes has been doing Kevin dirty, and I mean dirty. He treats Kevin like Kevin was never his friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't side with the Canadian, man. I can't. So let's
Yeah.
I got money on Cody. I got money on Cody.
I've come up with this whole convoluted thing where, if creative wise they were to take my idea, they could come out of this match with Kevin completely the babyface and Cody the heel. And I loved Cody's work on the Indies as a heel, and I think it's about time for a Cody heel turn. But I mean, I'm actually going with Kevin. But
Really?
we'll
Over
see.
Cody
We'll see.
Rhodes? Over Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
Matt, I thought we were here with it, man. I don't know, man.
Well,
I understand. I understand.
yeah. So, but who do you like to win the men's and women's Rumble matches?
See, I've been thinking on this a lot. This year is one of those years, you have it
Yeah.
every so often. It's always those years where like it's really anybody's game.
Yeah.
I really would like to.
There are about 6 people that I could make
Oh, yeah.
a very good case for winning it.
You got Seth in there, Roman's in there, Cena's in there, Drew's in there, Punk's in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money. This is official right here from Teflon himself. I'm putting my money on the Second City Saint. CM Punk's walking out, man. He's walking out, and he's gonna get his WrestleMania main event that he never got, and so he can shut up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
What about the women's match?
The women's. That one's difficult. That one's a difficult one right there. I've been seeing a lot of rumors about Charlotte coming back. So if Charlotte could get in there in time, if she could get there in time, Charlotte's all day. That's the quote right there.
I agree. Well, we are pretty much at the end of things now. And sir, I want to thank you for your time. This has been an absolute blast. I've this has been special.
I feel that. I feel it. I definitely feel it.
Having Mr. Teflon on has just been amazing. And for those of you that have been watching this live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on replays and such on the web, thank you for that. Although really the pleasure is all yours. Like I said, I'll be back Friday evening with Hardcore, and then next Monday at 7 p.m., which will be February 3rd at 7 p.m. I've got episode 79 with Unbreakable Sean Phoenix, And then on Wednesday the 5th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I've got episode 80 with the flowing Samoan Anthony Toatele.
Okay. I haven't heard these
And
names. I might look into them. You know, I might run across them in the
both of
ring one
these
day.
guys,
I gotta be ready.
both of these guys are out of the Midwest.
Okay.
So,
Okay. We headed out there one day. I gotta
yeah,
be ready.
you'll be everywhere, man. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I appreciate that. You know, Matt. You know.
you will be dragging a trail of Teflon behind you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Best believe it.
Absolutely. So anyway, like I said, I'll be back Friday night at 7. And until then, love each other, be good to each other, you know, love your country.
And
And
remember, America is Teflon every time.
America is Teflon.